Okay. All right. Good. So, do you want to just tell me how I can call you? Just Tommy and Polly, or do you want to say your full name? How to pronounce your
No,
name?
It's okay. Yeah,
All right.
yeah. Just tell me about it. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm Tim from the Cinema Exchange, and it's great to meet you. Thank you for doing this interview today. And I want to congratulate you on your film. I watched it last night. I really enjoyed it.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah, it was beautiful to see the animation, and also I loved the sound design and the music. I feel like that was almost like a second character in the movie. So I just wondered like how much thought you put into that side of the film. Was it, as much as the visuals, or how did you think about it when you made the film?
For the music part, we invite them in a very early stage. We try to figure out how should we find the style of the movie. Yeah, I have to talk about them because our team they collab with three different artists. One is from Taiwan. She is a indie band, the composer of an indie band. So she did a lot of experimental music. I met her in a music award festival, and then I heard her music, and then I was shocked because I don't know. I never heard something like that before. So
Mm,
I'm so interested to meet her. So I found her, and then for the rest of the two artists, they're from Hong Kong. They normally do the Hong Kong pop song, so they are quite famous in Hong Kong. So this kind of combination is like experimental plus the Canton pop, and then we mix it together. So that's how we create the character in the music. And also when we are doing the music, we found a new way to communicate because I'm a visual guy, and then I try to like explain how I feel about that scene or that story. So I write a graph. I draw a graph for them. The graph is with the time and then the color on it, and then with the emotion path, and then I draw it for them, and then I say, hey, this part for the first minute I have to be a uh, very low frequency, and then for the after that you have to move up and then have a very strong feeling. So I draft a lot of graph to communicate to guide them. So they found it that's the first time they received this kind of guidance, and they found it is a good way to communicate. So yeah, I don't know. I just want to talk about that is what we experiment while we try to
mm,
explain the music. Yeah, but for the sound design, they are a very good team in Hong Kong, and they did a lot of good movies before. Yeah, so we just we want them because they are very good in that. So we knock the door and then ask them, can you help us? Yeah.
mm.
So yeah, they're a really good team.
Yeah, I think it was very effective, especially in some of the scenes with like fire or rain or wind and stuff is very
Yeah,
powerful. Yeah.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, I want to also say congratulations. You won an award for this film, the Golden Horse Awards. Is that right? So
yeah,
the film hasn't even come out yet in the UK and other countries, but already you've won some awards, and you were also the top box office Hong Kong film. Is that right?
yes,
yes.
yes.
Yeah. So were you expecting that it would be such a big success like this?
Polly.
We don't. I think it is a very new, it is an exploration for us. Like we explore how far Hong Kong audience can accept such kind of story because it is quite challenging for them to keep attention for the first 45 minutes, I guess.
Mm,
And second is how far they will support Hong Kong animation. As you know that Hong Kong people love Japanese
mm,
anime so
mm,
much, and so for us, we expect to have some people that really admire our
mm,
work, but we don't expect that it go to such a mass.
mm,
And so being the highest grossing Hong Kong animation in 2025 is really a surprise to us. And so it also shows to us that there is a possibility Hong Kong audience can accept a lot of things. And so it encourage more filmmakers and especially animation artists, they can try more things to really try to hit the markets.
Yeah. And I think especially last year was a huge year for animation, especially East Asian films. Like we had Neja 2, Demon Slayer, and K-pop
Yeah.
Demon Hunters. And they all kind of have some similar themes in terms of like fantasy element or dealing with demons or the afterlife. Do you think that's sort of a coincidence? And do you see those other films as your competitors, or is it like something that you also enjoy watching?
I think
I
it is just
enjoy.
coincidence. I think it is just
Uh,
coincidence, right? Because we
Mhm.
started the film 7 years ago.
Mhm. Yeah, right, right.
yeah. I think we are so thankful that because the Hong Kong industry, the Hong Kong film market was like pushed up by those animation users mentioned. Yeah, they have a very good box office, and then they are so hoping to watch more animation. So we are like in one of inside the wave. So yeah, I mean yeah, and they did very well. Like the K-pop or the Demon Slayer, they are very high standard animation. Yeah, we never seen before. So I'm so thankful we are releasing in 2025.
Yeah,
Yeah, we just follow them, follow their
all
trend.
right. Well,
Yes.
so how is the Hong Kong animation industry at the moment? Because I think the only other Hong Kong animated film that I can remember is the McDowell films. Like,
Yes, Madel, yeah.
but that was quite a long time ago. So, yeah, what are things like these days, and how was it easy to get money to produce this film?
Hmm. It is really hard to get the finance because first, Hong Kong film market is very small, and while making an animation movie is expensive, and so it is almost impossible to recoup all the investment from Hong Kong market itself, and so we have to find the money outside that can believe the story and the film can go abroad, and so it takes us like 2 or 3 years to
Mhm.
go to different film markets and uh, go to the market pitching
Mhm.
to find the investor, find the people that may believe the project and build up the relationship and the trust. And it is a long process. But yes, very lucky that we got really good investors. They believe in us, and so yeah, it took us 7 years to complete the whole film. But yeah, I think for the Hong Kong animation industry now, it is still very like a baby stage because we don't have industry. Indeed, we don't have local demand for local animation contents, not like Japan or China. Our TV station, they don't really look for local contents. They buy from outside. And so for animation artists in Hong Kong, they probably they work on commercials, MV, and short films, or web for the visual for concerts or shows. It is most probably what they are doing. So the pipeline or the really like a mechanism to make a such a big animation movie, we seems like at this moment maybe one or two teams can do it. So we really hope that another world can break the ice and make more people believe in animation business, because at the end of the day, this is all about money, right? And so hopefully more investors, government can support more, and so more animation artists can do their original content.
And so, were all the people that worked on this film, were they all from Hong Kong, or did you use other international artists as well?
We have international artists. Like we have UK, and then we have from France, and then we have from the Philippines,
Taiwan.
from Taiwan.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. Because in Hong Kong, the animation industry is so small. We
right.
don't have many animators, so we have to find the good ones from outside. But we are so blessed that because at that time we found that is they're so familiar with online working because we have gone through the COVID, and then they have set up the home office, so they're prepared to do that. So yeah, we are like doing the movie mostly in virtual office. Yeah, we really have a virtual office here, and so we have meetings and things on it. So yeah, I mean, I think our case should be studied by other movies because I think that is somehow you can break the barrier to find more resources from outside. Because you never know, maybe the best animator for your film is in somewhere else, not in your country. So yeah, so I think that's our team how it works. Yeah.
And so when you're dealing with people like from all different countries, how are you able to direct that and make sure that everything remains consistent to your vision? Because that sounds like it might be quite complicated.
Uh, yeah, that's a good question, and it is so hard because we maybe for the animators because they will try their best to draw your style, but they still having some yeah they cannot twist it. So we have to me and my animation director we have to check their layouts, their animation, and then we revise it and then send them back and please do the revision. So yeah, we do a lot for this entire 3 years production, like 2.5 years production. Yeah, it is quite hard, and I wish there is a machine that can duplicate me and
Yeah.
we can do that in an easy way. But yeah, but it's so hard. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't be able to tell just based on the film. It looks very seamless, yeah, and natural. So yeah, you did a great job.
Thank you.
Um, and so just going back to the beginning, like Polly, you wrote the script based on a Japanese novel, is that right? So what made you want to turn that novel into a screenplay? And was it your idea to make it into an animated film rather than a live action, or how did that happen?
Mm, 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 mm. What made me want to make this in adaptation? The reason is that the novel pretty much answer my question always in my mind about humanity. Why people, no one is born to be evil, but why people turn to be evil out of anger? That always in my mind. Around 10 years ago, I have started this project. I want to talk about anger with reincarnation. I keep writing, but I think there's something missing. I didn't really can go ahead until I read this novel because it really give me a very good elements, the evil seed that visualize anger. When you let it go, it can grow like you can't be a human anymore. And I think it is really good device to really describe anger. And also, of course, Guido, the character, I love it so much. And of course, I change it into the guy because in the novel it was three little ghosts, but I turned it into one Guido, and I want him to wear a mask and he looks like a little kid because I want something cute to say something so harsh to the humanity. I think this contrast is very interesting. And at the very beginning, I want to make it in live action because I'm a live action filmmaker for many, many years. But I couldn't find. I feel it not right to be live action, and so one day I thought that yeah, I think I should make it in animation, um, because of the Japanese animation director 金文個英文點講？
Satoshi.
Satoshi Kon.
Yeah, because somehow when I watch his film, I think that it can be made in live action as well. But he make it exactly the best way for animation. And so I think after that I turned it into animation direction, and then I found Tommy, and we started to make the movie from short film first, and to find the financing. At the same time, we do pre-production and revise the script many times until the end. Yes.
So Tommy, is your background in animation, or how did you get connected with Polly?
Yeah, I study animation in my university. How I met Polly is because she found me. Yeah, because she looked at the movie I did for others. So she loved the sequence I made, and then she asked me to join her party to, hey, let's make a movie. Yeah, and I think I was so touched by the story, the novel, and then also I think Polly is a very interesting person, and she got a lot of wisdom, and she got a lot of ideas inside her mind. And if you have chance to read her script, it is very poetic, and yeah. So I think that is a very interesting project to join. So I just think, and also my dream is to make movie, to make an animation movie. So why not? That's a very good chance. So that's how I jumped into this project.
So can you talk a little bit about the process of making the short film version, and then how you eventually turned that into a feature?
Uh, the short film version is like a test, is like a experiment for us to like tell a story. Yeah, because every movie you need a pilot to show to the investor, or maybe show to ourselves that we can do it and how we should do it. We have to fix the style. Yeah, so we have this poor thinking so to do the animation. But at that time I don't think it is so challenging because I used to make short films. So I just make another short film, but in a very different way because it is quite poetic. The scenery is not something I did before, but it is still a form that I'm so familiar with. But when it turns to a movie, it is like is 10,000 times difficult because I cannot use my old mindset to make movie because my old mindset is if I need someone to do the animation, I find that someone and then jump into it. But no, in a movie production you cannot. You have to originally you think that I have a plan. I need 20 or 30 person to do that, and then you already need to plan how to separate them into groups, and then you have to ask them to draw for you, and then you don't have the chance to draw anything, but you just have to revise them and then guide them. Yeah, so I don't have that kind of muscle because I have the muscle memories of drawing software, but I used to draw something to communicate with others, but this time I have to communicate and then they draw for me. So yeah, I'm there's a very high how to say a big
Big step.
change in
Yeah.
a big step. Yeah. So yeah, that but it's fun. After I finish this, and I think yeah, just change the mindset. It is a very fun project to work on.
And so I didn't know much about the film before I watched it, but I saw some images and I saw some characters that looked like they were children or young characters. So I was thinking, okay, maybe this film is like aimed at younger people. But then when I was watching it, I soon realized that, okay, this is actually quite an adult story. And so I was just wondering, like, were there any conversations about the violence in the film, like whether you should make it geared towards younger people, or when did you decide that no, this should be more for adults?
Polly?
Honestly, it is our first time to work on a animation movie. For us, we have to pay 100% effort on making the film that we believe,
Mhm.
at least Tommy and I believe that it is good. We love it. It is the most important point because we haven't got enough experience and knowledge to estimate which part should be for the young adults, which part should be more violent. I think it is really far from us. We really focus on telling the story as much as good as we can and within our limitation of resources and time. And so what we want to do is to complete the story with the most efforts that we can do for the film. So I understand that some of the people think that there are some violent scenes that shots them, but for us it is necessary to talk about the harshness of humanity in the story. It is not we want to exaggerate the violence. It is a necessity in the story, like a nutrition to make you feel like really real. Because actually, the story they are very real to reality. Although it is in animation, although it is in ancient time, but history repeats all the time with this kind of humanity thing, right? Even now, yeah.
Yeah, and in the film, it's quite a philosophical film, actually. Yeah. I felt like one interesting idea that you brought up was that these seeds of evil, or evil itself, might be a necessary thing for humanity in a way. And I feel like these days we see a lot of these seeds of evil sprouting in the world. So, is
Yes.
there some kind of hope that we can take from this film and the philosophy in it?
Yes, exactly. Because I really think that the evil seed can visualize our problem. And I think it is kind of raise the awareness of the audience on this evil seed everyone may possess. And you may not take it away, but you can observe. Is it growing? Is it growing to make you become rough that you are no longer human? I think it is important, and it is a very good communication skill to talk to the young people because now I find that young people cannot express themselves with words because they don't use words precise words to express themselves, and so I guess this kind of like an interesting way for them because we had some fans in Hong Kong. They write on threads like oh today what had happened to me, my evil seed grew 10 mm. And I think it is a very good step because they really visualize something and they may not express it in the past. They may only say, I'm angry. But there are scale and there's consequences of coming from anger. So I think it is something I really want. That's why I really want to make it happen in this moment because I think the world may need something like that to really communicate well.
Okay, well, thank you very much. I just have one last question I'll ask you and then I'll let you go. So, are you planning any sequels for this film, or do you want to do something totally different for the next film?
Tell me first.
Yeah, we plan to do it, and but yeah, you mentioned everything because we are exploring other media, like we are starting another project is also related to another work, but that is like maybe in the exhibition, or maybe it is like an installation art or multimedia. Yeah, we try to expand the story in different forms. So yeah, we are doing that.
And we are going to do sequel for sure.
Oh, wow, great.
Yeah,
Okay.
and the people. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Well,
Tommy needs to rest for 1 year.
yeah. It must be a lot of work, right?
Yeah.
Well, I very much look forward to that, and I wish you the best of success with the UK premiere and everything else after that.
Thank you.
Thank you so much,
Thank you
Tim.
so
Thank you
much.
for the
Nice
interview. I
to meet
appreciate
you.
it. Yeah, nice to meet
Thank
you.
you.
Right.
Nice to
Okay,
meet
thank
Bye
you.
bye.
Bye.
you. Bye bye.